Thanks for staying with us. So the picture story on Punch, we're reviewing Punch now. In a historic turn of events, Syrian rebels seized the capital Damascus unopposed on Sunday, bringing an abrupt end to President Bashar al-Assad's 13-year rule and his 6-decade-long dominance of the Assad family was brought to an end. So Assad fled to Russia, who actually had Russia had given Assad and his entire family asylum. The collapse of Assad's government marks a major geopolitical shift, diminishing the influence of Iran and Russia in the region while leaving Syria in the hands of rebel coalition, partly backed by Turkey. So the coalition leader was speaking yesterday, Abu al-Gulani. He declared the dawn for a new era, urging that everybody now, they need to build their country back. According to he said, how many people were displaced across the world? How many people are living in tents? How many are disowned in their seas? How many people died in the seas? He said to the huge crowd that now we must build back our nation. So
our country has
scared of rebels taking over, but you know, at the same time, he's saying that they're going to make Syria the shining light of the Islamic.
Yeah, you know, for me, with the Middle East, I'm not really sure, you know, where to stand. Because with Gaddafi, you know, at the time, we thought it was a win, but now we see that it wasn't a win. Egypt as well, you know, you just never know with that area. But this particular country, they've been at war for so long. The humanitarian crisis is just huge. So I just hope this brings them some sort of peace. But another international story, United States President-elect Donald Trump has announced plans to deport all illegal immigrants in the United States over his upcoming 4-year term. They say that the Department of Homeland Security estimates that as of January 2022, over 11 million people are in the U.S. without legal status, and the figure is likely higher today. And Trump has affirmed his intention to remove all unauthorized immigrants. He says it's a very tough thing to do, but it needs to be done. And then he also said he's willing to negotiate protection of dreamers. So dreamers are children that are brought into the country illegally as, you know, babies. So he will try and negotiate with those ones. But for the rest, he's going to deport them. And then also he's going to immediately stop birthright citizenships. You know, as many people, the moment you're born on American soil, you're a citizen. But that is going to stop the moment he becomes president. It's something he wants to stop.
He speaks plenty English, but the statistics show that Biden deported more people than Trump did in his 4 years.
Yes.
So,
yeah, maybe he didn't get
like he did.
Now he wants to focus on
I
that.
have the defense headquarters as the major headline. So Nigeria and Chad and Niger are doing a joint military operations against this Lakurawa terrorist group. So they have, and their counterparts has formed a joint team, bombed out the Lakurawa group, who are reported to have set up in Sokoto State, set up about 10 local governments within Sokoto, of course, border communities. The communities are Guanagu, Mulawa, Wasiya, Turiga communities. Those are the border communities, and then 10 other local governments within Sokoto. And they have now started a joint team, of course, to flush them out. This terrorist group started in the Sahel, particularly Mali and Niger. And so you need a joint effort if you must kick them out. And I think that's the way to go. We remember during President Buhari's time, a joint task was what worked between the communities in the West African region. And so I'm happy about this.
Okay.
I want to take a good story from inside the Punch. The Lagos State Fire and Rescue Service. The director of that particular service mentioned how, that's Margaret Adesheye, confirmed an incident that took place within the Ejigbo area of Lagos. And this 63-year-old plumber was trying to fix a well in a bungalow, behind the bungalow, and he was trapped within that well. And then they sent a message to the fire and rescue service, and the fire and rescue service was deployed there. They rescued the man, even though he had inhaled a lot of ammonia. They were able to bring him out from the well, and he's recuperating in the hospital. A lot of times, the negative news of how maybe somebody died from being trapped in the well would go viral, but this one, the Lagos State Fire and Rescue Services were able to get there in time, rescued the man, a 63-year-old man, from the well where he was trapped, and he's alive and in the hospital receiving treatment. So I want to celebrate the fire service for doing this.
That's good news.
Moving on now to Daily Sun. Fear mount over tougher economic challenges in 2025. Troops clear IPOB camps, arrest 2, recover firearms, others in Southeast. My greatest wish is for Nigeria to remain united and peaceful, says Yakasai at 99. Engineer in NDLEA, net over illicit drugs concealed in pressure machines. Reps propose 5-year term for CJN and others, Supreme Court decentralization, and 3.2 billion naira contract scandal rocks Persons with Disabilities Commission. Okay,
Yeah.
what's doing?
NDLEA. NDLEA has arrested a suspected drug trafficker, Egu Philip Inya, who claimed to be a building engineer. This was while he was attempting to take delivery of illicit consignments concealed in pressure machines that were imported from South Africa. He's a 42-year-old. He was arrested December 2nd at Okesi Motor Park in Enugu. So what had happened, they said the consignment had arrived Murtala Mohammed Airport, Ikeja, on the 29th, and based on intelligence, they realized that the goods that were brought in had concealed illicit drugs in them. I'm trying to see. They said it contained hidden parcels of loud, a synthetic strain of cannabis, as we know, weighing 7.40 kilograms. That's a whole lot. Then they said just at the last minute, he now changed his collection plans. So he asked that it be moved to him to Enugu. And thankfully, they were able to maintain discretion during that investigation, and they were waiting for him at the motor park. When he arrived, nabbed him, and that is the end of Mr. What is the Egu story? You know, so well done to NDLEA for a job well done, and for all those who give proper, intelligence to help this war against drugs.
So this bill looks to put a proposed 5-term tenure for the CJN, for the Chief Justice of Nigeria, the President of the Court of Appeal, Chief Judge of the Federal High Court, and President of the National Industrial Court, and all down like that to the states across the country. And I'm looking at, because as opposed to what you used to obtain, this is, usually they are appointed, eldest in the ranking, and they hold office till either they retire or they are removed maybe because of any investigation, like the case of Noggin and the case of the other chief judge who was ill. And so that's how it used to run. You're either the eldest on the bench and then like that. But now when they propose this 5-term, upon your appointment at the expiration of the 5-term, what then 5-year term, what then happens? But I'm waiting and I'm trying to Google more on the bill and see whether all those areas are clearly covered. We'll take it as it develops.
So, the scandal brewing. That's the scandal is currently brewing at the National Commission for Persons with Disabilities, NCPWD, over the termination of 3.2 billion naira worth of contracts, according to them, after the due process and the conclusion are taking place. So they have petitioned the Bureau of Public Procurement. They have commissioned the Independent Corrupt Practices Commission, that's ICPC. They have also petitioned the EFCC, Economic Financial Crimes Commission, as well as the Supervising Ministry, which is the Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development, over this what just happened. They said they want to petition all of these agencies to be aware that there would be a lot of litigation that would cost the government a lot of money. They said the federal are going to save themselves from litigations that will lead to cost, because if you terminate a contract that has followed due process, you would have to pay the damages, and yet you have still lost the product that would happen based on this termination of contract, that some contractors have already started delivering the product. These are assisted living devices that were supposed to be supplied to the tune of 3.2 billion naira, and there was a completion period of from between July to October 2024, and they've already started some of the work. They have led their protest to the CBN in Abuja over the breach of the contract. They said that there are some forces outside the National Commission for Persons with Disability that want to take advantage of this contract. So they want to terminate the official contract process and then restart another one that will favor them, and that they will take it to court and it will cost the government a lot of money in penalties. And so they are asking ICPC, EFCC, BPP, as well as the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs to step in. We are still trying to resolve some other issues. So this one, please, 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 let's do whatever we can to ensure that the government does not have to pay compensation to people who are complaining of breach of contracts. At least that's the very minimum we can do. We have a lot of expenses as a country already.
Okay, that's all we can take on Front Page Review this morning. We're going to short break. When we come back, what's our hot topic of today? Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.